Chapter 1: Embarrassing Myself at the Church. The absolute best a man will ever look in his life is how he happens to look wearing a tuxedo on his wedding day. I had no doubt this adage was true, as I paraded myself in front of a full-length mirror on what would prove to be a most fateful day. Tall and trim, I was indeed looking better than any man had a legal right to look. Had I made the correct choice, however, I pondered, having selected the all-white tuxedo rather than the traditional black one? More specifically, was it better to resemble a slender polar bear or a svelte emperor penguin? What really mattered was that my beloved fiancée, Bianca, had approved of the choice, and nothing more stood in the way of her becoming Mrs. Trevor Crawford by sunset that day. Nothing could go wrong, or so I thought. My best friend in the world, my cousin Matt Wilkins, was to be my best man. I had a few age-appropriate co-workers whom I viewed as both friends and peers. Any of them would have seemed likely candidates to stand up for me at my wedding, but in my heart, I knew that there could have been no other choice than Matt to fulfill the role. The duty fell on him to make sure everything was in order and that everything went off without a hitch, at least until I myself was hitched. The bright sunlight of a warm summer day illuminated the musty room. Matt stood by, gazing intently at my reflection in the mirror. "Leave the last button of the vest unfastened," he said, in an apparent effort to be helpful. I know, I replied. Even if his parents hadn't accepted me as a foster child nearly 25 years ago, Matt would forever be like a little brother to me. I knew deep down I would always protect him, although on that particular day the roles were reversed. He had assumed responsibility to look after me, and if need be, come to my rescue. A gentle rap at the door interrupted our moment. "They're ready, sir," said the disembodied voice of one of the church assistants on the other side of the door. "So am I," was my confident reply. "Let's go, Matty," I said, as I exited the room, with Matt following closely behind. Despite my elated anticipation of the day's festivities, my agitated excitement surfaced through the pores of my skin, in the form of an unwelcome nervousness and stilted trepidation. I kept reminding myself of the day's goal, not just a happily married life, but a lifetime to spend with my beloved Bianca. Keeping that goal firmly in mind helped to calm me, at least momentarily. The narrow hallway into which we walked was dark and unadorned. It gave little indication that it led directly to the inside of an expansive church, almost cathedral-like in its immensity, with its brightly colored stained glass windows filtering the afternoon sunlight and adding a rainbow-tinted hue to even the most drab object in sight. As Matt in his black tuxedo and I in my white
Sample complete. Ready to continue?